They just want it on different terms. Many autistic people find neurotypical social rules exhausting, confusing, or nonsensical. Small talk feels pointless. Eye contact is uncomfortable or even painful. Indirect communication is frustrating, but that doesn't mean they don't want friends. It means they want friendships that work differently. Many autistic people thrive in friendships where you can talk about your special interest in depth. You can be direct and honest without social niceties. There's less emphasis on eye contact and body language. There's understanding about sensory needs and social energy limits. You can communicate via text when verbal is overwhelming. I've seen autistic kids who seem antisocial at school absolutely light up when connecting with other autistic kids, or when engaging with neurotypical kids who understand and accommodate their differences. The issue isn't that they don't want connection. The issue is that neurotypical social rules don't work for them, and they're being forced into a social framework that's exhausting and alienating. And when we pathologize their different approach to socializing, when we try to force them to act more normal, we're not helping them connect. We're teaching them that who they are is wrong. Here's another crucial point that parents especially need to understand: masking. Many autistic people, especially girls and women, become experts at masking, suppressing their autistic traits and mimicking neurotypical behavior to fit in. From the outside, a child who's masking might look fine. They might seem to be functioning well at school. They might appear social and engaged. But masking is exhausting. It's literally performing a different neurotype all day long. And what happens when these kids get home? They fall apart, they melt down, they shut down, they can't handle any additional demands, and parents are confused. They're fine at school, they save all the bad behavior for me. That's not bad behavior. That's what happens when someone's nervous system has been in survival mode all day and finally reaches a safe space where they can stop performing. Home is where they melt down because home is where they feel safe enough to let the mask drop. And if you punish that, if you say you can behave at school, so you can behave at home, you're not teaching better behavior. You're teaching that home isn't safe either. You're teaching your child that there's nowhere they can be authentically themselves. Masking is associated with significantly higher rates of anxiety, depression, and suicidal ideation. In autistic people, it's not a success story when an autistic child passes as neurotypical. It's often a mental health crisis waiting to happen. What your autistic child needs is not to learn to mask better. They need spaces where they don't have to mask at all. They need acceptance of their authentic self. Let's talk about something that confuses a lot of parents: emotional regulation in autistic children. Traditional emotional regulation advice doesn't work well for many autistic people. And when it doesn't work, parents think their child is being difficult or isn't trying. Here's why traditional approaches often fail. First, many emotional regulation techniques rely on interoception, awareness of internal body states. Many autistic people have reduced interoception. They don't notice they're getting overwhelmed until they're already in crisis. So telling an autistic child to notice when you're getting upset and use your calming strategies doesn't work if they can't notice until it's too late. Second, many calming strategies involve sensory input that might be overwhelming for autistic nervous systems. Deep breathing might make them more aware of uncomfortable sensations. Progressive muscle relaxation might be too much sensory information. Third, many emotional regulation approaches assume that emotional distress is temporary and manageable with the right techniques. But for autistic people, the baseline sensory and emotional load is often already high. Adding a stressor might push them over the edge no matter what techniques they use. So what does work? Environmental modification. Reducing the baseline load so there's more capacity for inevitable stressors. This means reducing sensory input, noise-cancelling headphones, dimmer lighting, comfortable clothing. Reducing social demands, fewer forced social interactions, more downtime. Reducing unpredictability, clear schedules, advance warning of changes. Increasing agency, giving choices, respecting no. When you reduce the baseline overwhelm, there's more capacity to handle emotional challenges. Also, different calming strategies work for different autistic people. Some find stimming incredibly regulating. Some need movement. Some need deep pressure. Some need to be alone. Some need to talk about their special interest. The key is figuring out what works for your child, not forcing what should work according to neurotypical standards. Let's talk about something that's often misunderstood: special interests and emotional regulation. Many parents and educators see special interests as a problem.